Hello, I'm on my way to work soon, so I thought I'd do a couple of videos before I head out to work. And I'm going to do the Capricorn Love reading. And this is a timeless reading, so this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. All right. So we're going to get some romance angels and some whispers of love and some romance cards for overall energy, and then we'll get some tarot and some clarifiers and close out with an oracle. I feel like this one here. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. All right. And then we'll get a whispers of love. That one flipped over. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. All right. And then let's get a romance card. Kind of feeling this one sticking out for me. All right, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. And that's very important, to have that time to yourself, to focus, to reconnect with yourself. It's almost like, you know how you spend time getting to know other people and you ask them questions, what they like, what they don't like, what's going on in their life. And it's almost like I feel like people don't spend that time to get to know themselves and really know what they like and who they are and what makes them happy. So I think that that's important, because that gives you, I feel, more of a stronger direction on where you want to go and those things that you like, and to pursue those things that you like. All right, so let's get some tarot. Six of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Three of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Three of Swords. The Fool. Prince of Swords. And Seven of Pentacles. And I almost feel like the cards are kind of going with that last card about spending that time to yourself, because this person is kind of like this. For overall energies, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and that is about kind of reflecting on things, looking back on things, taking that time out for yourself, that maybe you were moving along doing something and then now you're taking that time for yourself to reflect on things and see how you're feeling, and see what's going on with yourself. Gertrude's being a little feisty this morning. It's a cold morning here today, so she seems to have more energy. All right, so we have, for current energies, we have Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and Three of Wands. So again, I feel like it's that same energy, focusing on yourself, moving past things, looking towards the future. What is that direction that you want to go in? I feel like generally it's a good feeling, like you're feeling positive today, that you're feeling good, that you're feeling focused, you're in a good space, like this energy is around you, that you want to move past things, that you're feeling empowered and you're ready to move forward. For future energies, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Fool, and the Prince of Swords. And I almost feel like it's that you realize that there are some Three of Swords energies that you have to get rid of, that you have to work through, that you have to process, that you don't want to carry forward with you, right? With the Fool, that you don't want to carry that forward, that you realize that there's some things that you have to let go of, and that you have to move forward from. And I think that's a good thing, when we realize that, yeah, I know I'm hanging on to this stuff, and this is something that I have to focus on, or this is something that I've worked on, and that I know that I have to deal with this. And being able to acknowledge that and to work on that. And I feel like how you work on that is that you, for me personally, what I like to do is I like to ask myself those questions, just like I was saying in the beginning, is how you ask somebody, if you want to find something out, whether it's about anything, right? Even if it's like a business that you want to start, you ask questions, right? Because that's how you find out the answers. That's how you find out the information. You ask those questions. And I feel like it's asking yourself those questions as, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel I carry this energy around? Why does this make me upset? Why does this make me happy, right? If it's whatever it is that you're trying to work through. Or also, I feel like when it's a positive feeling, if it's something that makes you feel good, why does it make you feel good, and how does that make you feel, right? And kind of exploring that and asking yourself those questions to get to know more about why you feel a certain way about a person or a situation. If you're struggling with something, why are you struggling with it, right? Taking those actions to find out those reasons why you feel good. Why, if you have something that motivates you, right? And you have something that helps you to move forward, like, why does that make you feel that way? What is it about that that makes you feel, what is that feeling? Why do you feel that, right? And what are those things that you can do, that you can, those other things that you can do, so that you can have that feeling in all areas of your life, not just in that one section. Knight of Cups, so reaching out to someone, reaching out to for some reason I just came across my mind as reaching out to a family member, right? Is there somebody that you want to talk to? Is there something that's on your mind that happened with a family member that you want to talk to, and that you want to get past that situation, and that maybe you feel that that's holding you back because you keep feeling those triggers or having those things that trigger you, and you're feeling like, okay, I need to kind of work through this so that I can let that go, so that I can move forward freely. A Five of Wands, maybe it's something that you keep going back and forth with, and you're like, do I talk to them? Do I not talk to them? Do I work on this? Do I not work on this? You know, having that can I just ignore it? But I feel like if it's something that keeps coming up, right? If you have something that you want to tell somebody, or you have something that's on your mind, or there's something that you want to work through, and it keeps coming up, and you're like, okay, I can't ignore it anymore. It's time for me to face it. It's time for me to work on it. It's time for me to deal with it, because it's affecting different areas of my life. All right, yeah. Kind of a new start. We have the Two of Wands, and then that's going on top of the Three of Wands. So it's like the Two of Wands is taking those initial first steps, right? Taking that initial first steps. And I feel like that is recognizing, yeah, there's something I got to deal with. There's something that I got to work through. There's somebody I have to talk to. And then it's like, okay, what is the next step for me to take? How do I get there? And I feel like the first step is to figure out how you really feel. And for me, I always, if I have something that I have to talk to somebody about that's really important, is I'll actually write it down, and I'll write down what I'm feeling, and I kind of sort through it, and I figure out what it is that I want to talk about, and what it is that's important, and what it is that I feel that I need to have some answers or some closures with, so that way I feel that when the conversation is over, that I feel that it's a conversation that I'm able to move on from, not leaving questions unanswered. And I always take that time to think about things before I actually talk about them. All right, King of Swords, think about things, right? Think about things. The King of Swords is somebody who thinks about things, somebody who analyzes things, somebody who thinks things through. Temperance, being patient, but also having that balance, right? Realizing that maybe the situation is something that's going to take a while for you to get past, but I feel like just acknowledging it, and then taking those steps, writing down how you feel, and then reaching out and having that conversation. Maybe it's not something that can be resolved in one time, but you feel like you're heading towards it, right? You're feeling more balanced. You're feeling like being able to work through this situation helps you to feel better in all areas of your life, not just with this situation, and enables you to move forward, because I just saw the Prince of Swords, which is that forward movement that helps you to move forward in a positive way and feeling freer and feeling lighter. Yes! The Three of Cups, feeling happier, right? Being able to focus on your happiness, not focus on the situation. So I feel like for some of you, there's something that you have to, I feel like there's something that you have to work through first. That you kind of have to get that off your mind, and you have to feel like that's heading towards closure. And then I feel like that helps you, I feel, with other relationships. And it helps you to realize that there is love all around you, and that you may be surprised that you have more love around you than what you were thinking. But the most important thing, I feel, is that you love yourself, and you make those choices and those decisions, and you surround yourself with people that care for you, that you know love you, that will support you, that will be there for you. And I feel like, you know, we have to make those tough decisions on, you know, maybe some people aren't so positive, and maybe some people kind of bring us into that drama, and we have to adjust those relationships. And I feel like once you do this, then I feel like you're in a different space. So going back to keeping an open mind that your soulmate may differ than your usual type, I almost feel like you're feeling differently, so that you don't want that same person that you used to have. You don't want that person that puts you in those old feelings, because you've worked through things. So you want someone that will match you in this new feeling of feeling confident and letting go of the negative and feeling more positive. All right, so let's get an animal oracle and close out with that. Oh, we have this one that kind of flipped over. We have Parrot Spirit. Watch your words, right? And that's why I was saying is that if I have something that I want to discuss with someone, is that, or if somebody says something, instead of reacting right away, is to take that time to yourself, to step back, to write those words down, to figure out what it is that you want to say. Sometimes when we first hear something, or say we get a text message or somebody tells us something, our immediate reaction is to be really angry and you want to lash out. And then it's like, kind of, once you've taken some time to think about it, you're like, okay, well, I see their point of view, and that you're not as angry as you first thought. But it was a good thing for you to step back first, to figure out what it is that you were feeling and what you wanted to say before you said anything, because you can't take your words back, right? Once it's said, it's said. So I personally feel that it's better to step back, have that time, figure it out what I want to say, and then move forward and talk it out. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.